Why can I only hear myself in my right ear? That's way better, actually. Thank you.
Chris, everything good on your end?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to hold this.
Why?
It scares me. Okay. So could you shoot this like out a car window?
Actually,
Probably. No, you need a
You know
hammer.
what? Now I have to leave.
thank God.
What a dick. You're not recording that, are you?
No.
Okay, good. Here, take that. I don't want it. When mother sees me with that, she's going to freak out. It says it's
scarred.
recording. You're a liar.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
normally we have a main topic of the week, but Chris slacked and didn't come up with one. Welcome to the Workbench After Hours podcast. My name is Keith, and I'm your host. This is where we talk about the firearms community, shop talk, and everyday life experiences.
Welcome to the Workbench After Hours. I am your host for tonight, I guess. I'm Chris. To the right of me, we have Keith. To the left of me, we have Joe.
Joe is back with us for a third time, finally.
Yeah.
We got him back on. We scared him off the last time, and he refused to come on, but
I have not been invited back.
you said we couldn't have you on because the gun stuff.
That's not true. Don't listen to them. He's in a pack of lies.
Well, since it is episode 47, and Joe's our guest, and he brought us the whiskey of the week. Would you care to describe what we are drinking tonight?
Absolutely. So this is apparently segment 1 of the podcast. So we're going to talk about whiskey. This is a new thing. Now we have some organization. So I have Union Horse Distilling Company, Reunion, which is a barrel strength, 121.4 proof rye whiskey. So according to the bottle and the man at the liquor store, we are going to have a combination of citrus, butterscotch, and toffee with a tinge of ginger and pepper spice. Hey, ginger and pepper spice. It's like the Spice Girls are with us tonight. I wouldn't mind having a
the
tinge.
Spice Girls.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad.
All right, so we're going to try this whiskey neat first, and then we've already smelt it, and it tastes like straight up.
Yeah, it's like the first year of college.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Keith. Let's go.
All right, pass it down. Woo. So Lenexa, it's not too far from us.
Lenexa, Kansas,
Heck yeah.
home of Jerry's Bait Shop.
But what really pisses me off is that he went to this liquor store to find this, and he found a bottle of Blanton's.
And how many times have we been looking like week in, week out?
I have not been able to find any locally. We found the one in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And this freaking guy over here who doesn't buy whiskey often just happens to go in and they have one bottle of freaking Blanton's.
Well, I didn't exactly know what to buy, so I simply went into the liquor store and went to the behind-the-counter shelf, thinking that it would be better whiskey, and they had a bottle of Blanton's. And then the gentleman directed me towards the aisle with the cheaper whiskeys and pointed out 5 different whiskeys that were better than anything that were more expensive. So we landed on this, and then I still bought the bottle of Blanton's because they're fun to have. I have seen a second bottle today, and that's on your shelf behind us.
Mm-hmm. That's the one we got in Nashville. You were with us when I got that because it's hard to find, but apparently I just need to send Joe whiskey hunting for us.
It's the second bottle I found in like 2 weeks. So,
man.
Yeah,
all right, Joe.
starting a small collection.
Next time you see one, buy it and I'll Venmo you.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. I got an L today, and I don't have an L, so it worked out.
Nice.
Yep.
Dang.
Hell yeah. All right, let's give this a shot, gentlemen.
Ooh.
Definitely has a strong taste. Or not taste, smell.
Smell.
That's what he said. Sorry.
Got a sweet on the first, on the...
Definitely, and it's peppery for sure on the back end.
Yeah, you get that citrus on the front end too.
It's smooth, though.
Yeah.
For being as high proof as it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You can definitely get the proof though on the back end.
So this is batch 10, bottle 633, and the crafter is PJ in their small batch. I think it ran like $51 for the bottle.
That ain't bad.
So for a barrel proof, that's not too bad.
So now we'll add ice to it. That'll get rid of some of that burn.
And it'll get us to our next segment, which is the gun of the week. And Keith, what do you got for the gun of the week?
Oh, I'm doing the gun of the week? All right. So I was going to bring on the Glock 43, but my safe is locked and my combo's on my phone, which is being used as a camera. So I grabbed this out of the business safe, and this is not a shotgun. This is it's classified as an any other weapon because of this grip right here.
Oh.
So this is a Remington Tac-14, and so it is not a shotgun because if this were a shotgun, it'd be a short barrel rifle, and you'd have to have it registered through the NFA. So companies have found ways to modify these grips to where it meets like this gray line in between the what's considered a stock versus a grip. So this is kind of a way to get around a short barrel rifle.
So why get around a short barrel rifle? Why can't a short barrel rifle be legal?
It's legal. You just have to go through the register it as an NFA item, the National Firearms Act. So to do that, you have to fill out additional paperwork than the paperwork that you fill out when you buy a gun, and then you have to pay a $200 tax stamp. And those are highly regulated by the government or the ATF. So an NFA item, you have to, if you want to cross state lines, you got to notify them when you're crossing state lines. You can't bring them into every state, and it's a lot
So it's
more.
like a sawed-off shotgun, essentially.
Sure.
What makes it more dangerous?
Nothing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is why I think, and a lot of gun owners think that just because it's a short barrel rifle or short barrel shotgun does not make it any more dangerous at all. So it's actually less accurate. So you're going to be less accurate, and it's not as practical as a rifle. So the fact that if this had like just a stock on it, like a regular shotgun would, and it's got the short barrel, the fact that they think those are scary and should be regulated, it's ridiculous.
So will this gun eventually be regulated in the same way, do you think?
Right now, no. The company that makes these does have a letter from the ATF that states that this does not meet the definition of a short barrel rifle. So as long as it has this grip is different than the pistol grips that you see. Because sometimes you could buy a shotgun that is 18.5-inch barrels. It comes with a stock, but then it also comes with a pistol grip. So it kind of comes down here, and that way you don't have any stock to it. If you put something like that on there, then that changes the definition of this gun. So you have to leave it set up the way it is. Otherwise, if you change this, then you're basically turning into a short barrel rifle at that point. It gets a little funky with that, but this thing's cool. This particular one is a 20 gauge, so it'd be a little bit easier to shoot than say if you had the 20 gauge version. This is the Remington model. Mossberg makes a similar model. The what the hell is that one called? I forget. It's basically the exact same thing. It's just the Mossberg. They still have the Magpul foregrip there and the exact same grip on the back there.
Every time I see a shotgun like that, you see them on YouTube all the time where they fire it and it just fires backwards on them. Every time I see that gun, it just reminds me of that video.
Well, those are the ones with the pistol grips.
Yeah.
This is supposed to give you a little bit more
of a grip.
not jack up your wrist so much. It'll be a little bit more controllable. But
In what situation? So what situation would you use this gun?
a lot of people would use this, say, as a truck gun. So say as like if you want a shotgun in your vehicle, but a shotgun is obviously going to take up more room. This fits in there a little bit better.
So for like road rage incidents,
Yes.
somebody comes up to your window, you just blow their head off?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or if you're on your motorcycle, they make saddlebags, and you just
I'm going to pull this out of my motorcycle.
yeah. I mean, it matches. It'd be hard to see. It's camouflaged.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Home defense situation because, you can technically move around a lot more. The downside, I personally would not use this for self-defense just because if you're going to use a shotgun, you want to control it more. And since you don't have a way to put this up against your shoulder and really control it and reduce that recoil, it's not going to do the same purpose. So this is more of if you buy this gun, it's more of a why not, kind of a fun toy. Doesn't really...
Can you go to a range and shoot that gun?
You can't. If you go to an indoor range, most of them are strict on the type of shotgun ammo that you shoot. A lot of times they make you only shoot slugs, which are the 1 ounce freaking things of lead, which suck because they have a lot of recoil.
Oh, okay.
So you can't take this into like an indoor range most of the time and shoot birdshot out of it. They won't allow you to shoot that for whatever reason. But if we go outdoors, and then you can shoot it with birdshot.
Cool.
Yeah. You want to hold it, Joe?
Yeah, sure. Can I hold your gun?
Joe was scared of this gun earlier.
I'm more interested in the stock and the shaping. I feel like it's kind of phallic. Not that would interest me. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah. So as this gun sits, if you were to buy this like through a dealer or online, it's not a shotgun. And it's yeah.
So sorry. I love you.
Your son is holding a.
Oh, I pulled the trigger.
Well, we cleared it, so you're good.
Okay, that's good because I don't know what I'm doing with this thing.
Oh boy.
I feel like this would like really like be hard to hold if you shot it. Like I don't have a lot of grip on this.
Well, and that's where that being a 20 gauge kind of helps because it's
Less of a kick than
less
like a
recoil.
12 gauge. Can you get this in a 12 gauge?
Yes, you can.
Wow.
And with these, you can actually there's an adapter that you put in it to where it'll shoot the mini shells. So, you know, the size of a regular shotgun shell, it's basically half of that. So those are going to have less recoil as well. And then you can fit more of those mini shells in the magazine tube.
Is Remington a high quality firearm?
Them and Mossberg are kind of the same. They're competitors. They're
like of higher end or?
I want to say higher end. They have your entry level shotguns, but then they have also your
elite.
They get to really expensive hunting shotguns.
So why is this considered tactical?
That's just the model number.
Okay,
That's what they
makes you feel like
the Tac-14.
it's kind of like a balls thing when you buy it. It's like, oh, it's tactical. This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. That's fine. Same reason you buy a Corvette. Yeah, I get it.
So you gonna buy one of these, Joe?
No, absolutely not.
This one's for sale.
You're not going to timeshare me into one of these. I'm sorry. I can't do this. Here, take it. I'm sorry sorry, microphone.
So, yeah, those of you that don't know, Joe's I wouldn't say a newbie to guns, but you're not a collector or anything. You don't mind shooting every now and then, but it's not your thing. It's not your hobby.
I buy guns so they can essentially not be an investment, but it's just a way to hold
Assets.
hold money safely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like gun values are safe.
Yeah. There you go. And you bought the Golden Boy, the Henry 22.
You know,
Have you shot that yet?
I was offered $700 for that gun
Why didn't you sell it for that?
because I felt bad. You gave me a deal.
I could buy you another one.
I just didn't want to make. I felt like bad making money on it.
I
So
don't. Like, if somebody would
Okay.
have offered you... Yeah, because you bought it for what, $4?
yeah, it was like $450, I think. It's a deal.
Yeah.
I would have sold it.
Nah,
Been gone.
it's fine.
Hey, is that guy still wanting one? I can order one. I can order one at my
I
wholesale
think
price.
he's like a Gold Plus member at Bass Pro. They just couldn't get him one. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Nice. So yeah, so gun of the week, Remington Tac-14, not a shotgun. This is an other firearm, technically, unless you mess with this grip, then
People
just
do
don't
that?
mess with it. I don't know. I mean, they could. You can do whatever you want with it, but then that gets into the funky stuff.
Just don't get caught with it.
Yeah. But as if you've listened to the podcast, they're always trying with the stabilizing braces, they're always trying to redefine stuff. So they'll say, this is legal one day, and then they're like, oh, we're going to change our mind, and it's illegal the next day. So as of right now,
They're legal.
and they're not really coming after these. They're really right now going after the stabilizing braces and those.
Scary ARs.
Yeah. But again, like we always say, the fact that short-barreled rifles and shotguns are an NFA item is absolutely
Ridiculous.
yes, because this is not going to do more damage than you're going to have better luck doing more damage with a rifle, like a full-length rifle and shotgun, than you are with something like this.
That
Or it-
and, like, what was it? That HR 1808 bill, how it says, or has the possibility to carry more. I think if you ever get in trouble with the law and they see that you have a hacksaw or a saw, they could say that you have the capabilities of making this a short barrel rifle, and then they'll try to bust you on that. So,
Yeah, and apparently hammers are dangerous.
yeah.
Pretty soon you're going to see
Guys,
a hammer introduced into the 1808 bill. If you have a hammer that has a metal head, that's illegal.
Need a dead blow.
We had to throw that in there. We had
Hammers don't kill people.
There are some funny memes going around.
Don't stop. It's terrible. The poor guy got his butt beat by a guy with a hammer who was an illegal immigrant, which is ironic. Is that true?
I don't know. I heard it was like one of his friends.
Yeah, I know. There's so many stories going around.
Chris has one story, then the mainstream media has another story.
Well,
and,
Chris
who
makes
knows?
stuff up, though, so.
Yeah.
I see it on the mainstream media. So
What's the mainstream media?
just depends on the day I'm watching YouTube.
No, mainstream media, like, for me, is like, you know, if you're watching CBS or...
Yeah, Fox
Yeah.
News.
I think I saw it on. I don't. It's probably a YouTube channel. Just,
Hey, listen, all I know is no one deserves
Clickbait.
anyone to break into their house and beat them up with a hammer. I don't care who it is. I don't care who you are. Nobody deserves that.
Right.
yeah.
I'm just saying. Nobody deserves that.
Nope, nobody.
Sorry. I don't represent the podcast, just myself.
He's wearing a Boomstick tactical shirt, though.
Yeah, this. Yeah, great. If I ever run for office, they're going to pull this podcast up.
No, but they're really like, yeah. It's not, it doesn't have that reach. We're not a Joe Rogan
yeah.
level yet.
Yet. Yeah.
Until we get there, and then they're
Spotify,
gonna
you're out
start-
there want to, I'll take 100 mil.
Yeah.
Would you buy a
Actually,
Powerball?
I'll do it for like one.
Did you buy a Powerball ticket?
I did. I bought 2 of them. My wife bought 10.
10. I got 10 behind her. 1.2 billion. Let me ask you a question. I haven't asked you this yet. You win tonight. What's the first thing that you do? 1.2 billion. What is that? Probably 700 million.
It'd be more like
Cash
400 or
out?
500.
I would
Call it 600 million.
not tell anybody. And because I think if you win, you have to go to the Capitol to
Yeah.
collect it, right?
Does it have to be
or-
public in Kansas or no?
No.
Not in Kansas.
Okay.
So I would obviously stay anonymous, but I would not quit my job, tell anybody until I had
The money in your account.
the money in my account, or at least confirm that I'm getting this money. And then, what would be the first thing I would do? I don't know. It depends how long it takes to hit your bank account.
I've heard it's 6 to 8 weeks.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, but then you have everybody going, here's credit, here's credit, here's
Yeah.
credit. You can do whatever you want. So what do you do?
Probably should get financial advisors first.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to get financial advisors. Luckily, I have a family member that owns their own CPA firm that's really good. I would have her, because she does like,
You'd probably at that point be her only client.
she handles some very high end people
maybe
in
not
Florida
then.
and up north.
Okay.
So I knew I would definitely reach out to her, but I wouldn't quit my job or tell a lot of people until that money hit my bank account, just to be sure. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to go down to Harley and buy a much bigger bike. Actually, I'd probably go to buy an Indian.
Would you pay cash?
Can I get a loan, please?
Yeah, at 8% for a motorcycle.
I would actually probably still put it on one of my credit cards so I get the points and then pay it off. Because let's be honest, I'm still going to try and use points to get free hotels and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I have the lottery, but I'm going to try and use points on stuff. Hell yeah.
Work the system.
Chris, what do you do?
I'm buying land
Immediately.
But
immediately.
I don't think you're going to immediately, because it's going to take you time
once
to
the
find
money's once the money's in the account too. So,
that's not-
I'll be searching during that 6 weeks.
But that's not going to be your first thing
No.
you buy. You're going to be looking for it, but it's going to
No,
take you a while.
Chris, the
that's
first
gonna be
thing
my
you do
first
is buy a
purchase.
car.
No,
How about take your family to Disney World?
no,
Okay.
nope. I'm gonna pay off all my debt first, and then I'm buying land
Okay.
and building. A
Okay,
house.
but in between there,
So you
There's
wouldn't
no
go
in
to
between.
BMW and buy a new M3.
No,
I don't believe you for a second
I
because that's
wouldn't.
the first thing I would do.
I wouldn't buy an M3 if you had that much money.
Well, I mean, it's just, you got to tool around for a few weeks.
You got 6 weeks.
All right, so what do you buy then?
What car I'd
Yeah,
buy?
absolutely.
My first car, either a GT3 RS
Yeah.
or a Lamborghini Huracan.
Okay. What about both?
No, I'll just do one.
Just do one of them.
Yep. And I'd probably go with the Porsche since that's my end game.
Isn't it Porsche?
Porsche GT3
I think if you're
RS.
around Porsche people, it's Porsche.
Porsche.
well, you own one, so let us know.
Is it
It's
Porsche?
Porsche unless you're around Porsche people.
And it's Porsche.
Porsche.
And you got to say it with your nose up in there, right?
No, you got to actually put your finger on your nose and go like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will remember that.
Yeah. GT3 RS. Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. I would probably do the same thing.
So your first thing would be go buy a car?
I don't know. I'd probably take my entire family on a huge trip for a very long time first.
That's if they can get off work, or would you? And
They'd be supplemented.
here's the thing that
But here's the thing: I wouldn't continue it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I'm not giving away money.
Yeah.
If you know, I mean, everyone would be very comfortable, but I'm not going to give away money. I'm going to do things for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and that's where it's gonna. That's the one thing you hear. Anybody that has won the lottery in the past,
They just give it away.
Not even that them giving it away. It's then the relationships end with family and or friends because everybody's expecting them to give them money or to buy them stuff.
Yeah.
And that gets really tough.
I can honestly say, you know, Keith, Chris, if you guys win the lottery tonight, I will expect something. But I feel like that's fair, don't you?
Yeah.
Keith, you don't seem to be smiling about that.
I was trying to think of something smart ass to say, but nothing came to me.
Well, the reality is it's probably not going to happen, but you never know. Somebody's got to win, right?
Somebody has to win.
Eventually. Maybe it just keeps going up. We get up to like 2 billion, then maybe one of us win. And then we become billionaires.
Oh, gosh.
But I'm
you
assuming we're all three of us would just take the lump sum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I just don't know what you do with it right now because you could lose what? Well, right now, if you would have invested it in January, you're down 22%.
Yeah.
So,
Because you have the options to, if you take the lump sum, you get less, but then there's like a payout, like
It's an annuity.
it's an annual
or-
thing. Yeah.
That would suck.
You probably could hold the money safer if you took it in payments, but
I don't know if I would trust them, though.
And what do they do? Do they just transfer all that into one bank account, or I'd like to know how that works.
I see. That's why you need a financial advisor.
I know, because like my bank, if I were to just like, oh, here's $500 million. One, I'm their like main stockholder probably, and then like, how long are they going to have a hold on that?
Like 150 or 250.
I think the state handles it at that point, don't
Yeah.
they? I think that any financial planner would tell you to cash it out and invest because then they're collecting 0.5% on the money.
Yeah.
Not saying that against anyone that's a financial planner, but I think that'd be my motivation to
I think I'd
convince
have
you.
more than one financial planner just to make sure you have quality
yeah.
checks on that one
Well, if
person.
you have $1 billion, there's got to be a team. It's not
Yeah.
just one person.
Yeah.
They can't handle it.
I'd be like, look, I want to obviously buy nice things, but I want this money to last. So take a lot of it and make it to where I can live comfortably off any investments or interest that I'm making off that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now it's negative. That's a tough time to win the lottery.
I still would be fine with it.
Got to have a big mattress to put it under.
Safes. You just buy a bunch of safes.
I know a guy with a few safes.
God, because
Safes within safes within safes.
do you think, say, even $500 million could fit in that safe, the 50 gun safe?
I don't know.
I don't know what $50 million for $500 million actually looks like. I know it weighs a lot.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'd probably be like 5 or 6, I'd guess.
I mean, I think that $100,000 would fit into a stack pretty neat. So then,
Yeah.
how many do you need? I think you could probably put
It's always like those drug
50
lords
million
that
in
you
a
see.
safe. I don't know.
I would not keep it in your house at all because if there's a fire, your homeowner's insurance really only has like a very small, like $100 limit
You
on
put all the money. If anybody would give it that much money, they're crazy. Like the bank would be like, "Sorry, we don't have that much money. It's loaned out in people's mortgages."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so I think you'd have to like spread it between a bunch of different banks and
Well, that and then we only insure so much of it. So,
Yeah, it's a tough one.
yeah.
It'd probably be a good problem to have, though.
It'd be
Let's
a
go.
great problem.
Let's do it.
I would take that headache.
That'd
Yep.
be totally fine. You know what, though? Maybe in 2 years you wouldn't say the same thing.
But here's the thing, like, so say you win it. Do you quit your job immediately?
No.
Or do
No.
you wait?
I wait.
I wouldn't quit my job. I don't think I'd quit my job.
I would.
I would quit my job and do
After the
more
money's
of
in your account.
this stuff full time. Like
Something
doing
fun.
YouTube.
Do your hobbies and whatnot. Make that your job.
And still try and make money off of it, but then you could focus more on it and
Think
buy
about all
better
the
equipment.
cool shit you could buy.
Think of all the microphones I could buy.
You could have like your own studio in your house that sound
Isn't that what
deadening.
this is?
I was going to say, where
I'm talking
where
about
are
sound
we?
deadening and it has your own like mics and no wires.
I mean, honestly, I don't think I need a soundproof room because I don't have any issues with
yeah.
that on here. Maybe get a cooler background. I don't know. I get some better lighting, but
Do some like crazy lighting and change colors.
I get a new MacBook.
Get some
Guys,
green,
we're talking about $600 million.
Get some green.
You could do a lot with that. I think you could do more
green
than
screens
some
going.
LED lighting.
I can pay somebody to edit for me.
Yeah, exactly. Warner Brothers would be producing this for us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like doing it myself, though. I don't mind the editing part. It's fun to
There's
learn
a
different
lot.
tricks.
There's a lot of editing things. You could probably do that entire time, still be behind.
Yeah, someday. Hey, so what do we think about it on the rocks?
I like it.
It's a little smoother.
Yeah,
like it's even the bite's gone.
That always happens. Like
Really?
we're like we try it. It's especially like anything 100 proof or more. You get that burn.
Yeah,
As soon as you put it on the rocks, let it sit for a minute, that goes away.
Reminds me of like a cough medicine, almost.
really.
Yeah.
I don't get that
Like
at
a
all.
Chris
robot-
does not like rye.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
not a
so
big
sorry.
rye guy.
I didn't know that.
It's fine, but
I don't
I
think
don't
it tastes. I think it's
tastes
really
like a
solid for a
Robitussin
rye.
almost to me.
What?
I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
Your
I
taste
do.
buds are messed up, bro.
I'm getting like just pure whiskey.
I'm not.
Chris
Sorry.
is picky when it comes to whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh well, I apologize. I'll do better next
Just
time.
like how you are with your food and your salad.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll take a hamburger, but can you leave off the cheese, the onions, the bun,
Just give me the meat.
the meat? Can I just get the fries, please?
when I was a kid, we'd go to McDonald's and I had to have a plain hamburger, like bun and meat, and that's it.
You've always been kind of about the meat.
Yeah, just yours.
It was tough being a roommate.
Yep.
Since I was there alone all the time, it was strange when having you knock on the door.
You were never there.
Whatever, I was there all the time.
Of course, no, I guess I'm thinking of the summer. I was there one summer by myself, and you were. It was really boring.
I bet it was.
Like that sucked. That was the summer I was working in. I was living in Pittsburgh, but working down in Oklahoma, so I had to go back and forth every day. And everybody else he was in the Navy, and everybody else was up. And I didn't have time to go to Kansas City all the time, so it sucked.
Yeah.
Basically, came home, ate, and went to bed. Woke up and repeated the process. 'Cause
How many boxes of tuna helper did you have that summer? Over 10? You think you had more than 10, you had it more than 10 times?
I should have invested in.
Oh God,
That
I couldn't
company.
use a pan in that
I
place.
still remember when he puked it up in Kat's car at Dairy Queen.
Oh gosh,
That was so funny.
wasn't it a Taco Bell?
No, it was at Dairy Queen
Oh,
because the
God.
girls wanted ice cream, and then he was fucking with
We've
the
talked
drive-through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. And we ended up getting ice cream, and the girls didn't want any. I don't know why.
Yeah, you should have really laid off the shrooms. I mean, come on. I don't know what your problem
yeah.
was.
Me.
All those
He choked
psychedelics.
on the water. And we weren't even drunk. That's the best part.
Completely sober.
Yeah.
Not even hungover.
No. That was
Who
nuts.
gets hangovers?
Now I do. You get older.
Yeah, well, you gotta, be a professional.
Thank God for IVs.
What's IVs?
IVs.
Oh, IVs. Okay, so I found that my buddy introduced me to this powder that you pour in your water and you take
It's a liquid electrolytes.
before you go to bed. Liquid IV.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It just kills it.
Yeah.
Yeah, highly
I
recommend it.
literally was a new person.
You almost died.
I didn't almost die.
No.
Well, if you have to be on an IV, that's not a good sign.
That was
Well,
good,
we were
though.
going to do that anyway. Because,
Okay.
We wanted to try it.
yeah, we wanted to try it. And it just so happened we drank a lot, or I made. Because Chris is always talking about how much he can drink.
Hate for
Exactly.
And
And so I'm
over
like,
here-
all right, Chris, I am going to hate for you tonight. Like, you're going to.
you hate poured the shit out of me.
And guess who had the worst hangover?
Yeah, I did. Until I
There
went
was
in there.
puke all over our toilet.
No, there wasn't.
There was puke on the toilet.
No, it wasn't because I did it in the trash can. And I ended up taking that trash can out. And I about puked when I took it out too.
Oh,
And Chris
I
was
bet.
the only one that couldn't hold his booze.
Oh, my gosh. I hear you're a good basketball player, though.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he beat Hunter, like you said.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I was surprised. I wish we could have played that night. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Same outcome.
But we all still realize how out of shape we are.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It sucks when you get older.
it does.
So
If
What
you
we-
watch the podcast, you notice Chris's hair changes colors.
Yeah.
So like one podcast, he looked like Billy Mays Hayes because it was all jet black, and then it gets a little bit lighter at every episode.
Are you dyeing your hair?
Yeah.
How often do you dye your hair?
Whenever I get my hair cut, I'll dye
How
it.
long does that take?
What, 3 weeks?
No. So you go in for a haircut.
Yeah.
How long are you in there?
Like 20, 30 minutes. And then I go home and dye it with men's
Oh, so you
robe.
dye it yourself?
Yeah, it takes 5 minutes.
What do you buy?
Just for men?
You're doing just for men?
Yeah,
Why don't you do your beard?
I do.
He does.
Well, where is it? What's going on? Was it like
haven't
the
done it
salt
in,
and
like,
pepper
He's
just
ha-
for men?
He
haven't
did it
done-
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it washes out.
Don't people notice the extreme change
Well,
overnight?
If you watch an episode 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
you'll see it looks like all jet black,
young.
and then it
What are you afraid of? What's wrong with the gray?
Nothing. I sometimes get tired of it.
he's got really black, like dark hair, so it shows up.
Yeah.
I think you look great.
Oh, thanks.
Hey Joe, you want to grow out a beard?
I can't. I
It's
honestly.
no shave November.
I haven't shaved since Monday. So it's been what, 2 days? Can you tell?
I don't see anything.
Yeah. See, exactly.
I wish I had that problem.
Yeah, I would like to do just for men, just to be completely honest. But
You want to do just men?
just for at least we'll be doing something. Anyways, okay. So no, I'd like to do it, but Carrie thinks that it.
Takes 5 minutes.
Nah, she thinks she likes the salt and pepper.
I get tired of it every once in a while.
Do you?
Yeah. Makes me look old.
I think women like it. Not that I have any reason to think that, but
What does Kat think? Is Kat like, Chris, you should do it? Does she like it when
She
you
likes
do
it the beard darker. Doesn't make me, because it makes me look a little bit younger. But she
You
So
doesn't-
do-
so she likes younger men, is what you're saying.
no, she just doesn't like the beard.
Chris, do you have chest hair
No,
naturally, or do you shave it?
naturally.
No chest hair. What about on your back?
No,
No. All right. So, what else do you dye?
that's just it.
You're not doing. You're just doing your head.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What don't things like not match?
No, because I got dark hair.
But doesn't everything kind of start to go gray?
Not everything.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
Do you have that problem?
I don't know. I'd have to wait a couple weeks to find out. Hi, Mom. I just didn't know if you were like had the little brush down there with the just for men, like,
no.
yeah, we're getting this stuff real good tonight. It's gonna be nice and dark. She's gonna need sunglasses when she gets down here.
No.
Okay, that's cool.
It's not awkward at all.
Why is
No.
that awkward?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, guys. You invited me.
Sorry, Kathy. I can't control your son. So, Chris, what else we got, Mr. Host?
Well, we did a little adventure this last, weekend? All
Yes.
three of us
We did.
Oh yeah.
went on a little cruise.
We are
I'm
the-
gonna put some B-roll of that in here.
You were recording?
No, he took
I
pictures.
took a picture
Oh, okay.
of our motorcycle gang.
What's it called? The Real Husbands of Johnson County.
Yes. All right. So I obviously had my Harley. Chris had my moped that I got, which is it's actually a 150cc. And then Joe had a 49cc.
Yep.
So he was holding up the rear as we're riding.
Hey, it was just fine.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
I'll do it again.
So I
I
bought
told you it's much funner to ride with somebody than by yourself.
it's less fun when you're the slow one. I'll tell you that. It's stressful.
I can
know.
imagine because there was a car riding your ass.
Yeah.
I can only do 35 miles an hour. And
Well,
you pick a road
I
that's
was-
45.
I was behind you and I kind of got up beside you, and then he was behind us, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna right in front and go over to the right. Maybe he'll pass all of us. No, I look back in the mirror and he's riding your ass, and you're all the way over. It's like, dude, just fucking pass him.
I thought I was going to drive off the road.
It's fun though. We took some back roads around town here, and
Yeah, we were
fun.
almost to my house.
yeah,
Almost.
Were we really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you're that close to my parents.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel bad.
if
all the times
Ridgeview
I've
was
been
open,
there.
you would just take Ridgeview all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then it's like 2-3 minutes once you get up to 199th.
How often are you guys trying to grab the microphone to take a drink? Because this is happening
You're
to me.
grabbing the
You're
microphone.
like, I'm going for the microphone to take a drink.
See, we're used to this, so
Oh, okay. Well,
We're
I'm gonna
professionals.
drink the microphone.
we're experienced drinkers and using the microphone. So anyway, so I was really, because I was been wanting Chris to, trying to talk him into getting a motorcycle, but I know Chris, and he's like me. If he rides the scooter, he's going to like it and then want to get something bigger and faster. So I've been trying for so long to get him to ride that scooter because I know he's going to love it and kind of get bitten by the bug. So I'm so glad he freaking rode it on Saturday.
Yeah, it was fun. I've also been looking at like little dirt bikes and stuff.
Don't get a dirt bike.
Why? It'd be fun.
Get a street bike. One, you don't have any land to ride a dirt bike on.
I can take Ridgeview.
Apparently, he will if he wins the lottery.
Yep.
Well, if you win the lottery, do what you want, but
So, yeah, I don't know. I like one, but I don't know. That 1 week when I saw 3 or 4 bike accidents, I'm like, I don't know if I can do it.
You got a lot to live for.
Yeah.
gotta stay vigilant.
No, you don't have to worry about yourself. It's everyone else around you.
You got to be like 5 paces ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
You
I'm
get
out.
used to looking. Like that's all I pay attention to is like, especially when you come to an intersection,
It's pretty
Kinda
bad when
pay
you got
attention.
people right next to you like this and they're swerving in your lane, not paying attention. They're still looking down at the damn phone.
Well, luckily on a bike, you have a lot more
Yeah.
room to maneuver. So like if they come over, you could still kind of still be at the edge of the lane and have them come over, but then you just punch their window. Like, hey,
I'd rather be the guy that you're worried about. I hate to say it. It just scares me.
well, I wouldn't expect you to, because you're scared of this shotgun over here.
Exactly. It's
Sorry, it's not a shotgun. It's any other weapon.
Of the, was it? And what?
A Tac-14.
A Tac-14. Tactical. Very tactical. Harley should make a bike and call it the Tactical Edition. A bunch of guys would run around and buy it.
They have that, but you have to be a member of the Hells Angels.
Oh, is that a real gang?
yeah.
Oh,
I watched a documentary on them. It's interesting.
scary.
There's a bunch of rules, and then people try to make their own bike gangs.
Do they do any like charity work around California, or is it?
They're not just in California.
Oh, I thought it was.
They got charters everywhere.
Wow. Love you, Hells Angels. Sorry about that. I don't need anyone on my bad side.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched the documentary, and supposedly they do community stuff. I don't know.
I bet it's just
I don't think
certain
it's-
charters give them a bad name. I bet.
I saw this thing on the History Channel about them, and obviously the 70s and 80s with the drugs were really bad.
Yeah.
Nowadays, who knows? Because
There's so much stuff out there.
yeah,
And weed's
Weren't
legal now in California.
Yeah, the 70s and 80s were bad everywhere with drugs.
Yeah.
You know.
so who? Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know.
Do you think you'd be a good drug dealer?
Absolutely not.
What do you think? So if you were overnight, you wake up tomorrow, you're a drug dealer. Why would you be bad? What do you think you'd do wrong?
First of all, I don't know what's what.
Okay. But you can learn that, right?
Yeah, I'd have to learn it.
Okay.
Then you got to get the.
So there'd be a learning curve.
You think you'd be able to handle the clientele?
I don't know. Probably
Why do you
not.
think you could?
I don't think I could. I think it'd be terrible.
Yeah.
I trust people too easily. I get whacked. What about you?
No.
You don't think so?
Nope. Wouldn't even interest
Like,
me.
are we talking about like a drug dealer, like we're working for the cartel? Or
I don't know. I think you start out small, and then you work your way through it. And, what if you could become like the Kmart? Well, the bad example, they're gone. What if you become like the Walmart of drug dealing? Like you could, you're a happy face. People come to you because they know they're not going to,
My problem is there's always that risk.
if you want to be that guy, you want to be the guy that is in it, but is not associated with anything. Like there's no trace back to you.
But then how does that happen? Because someone's going to come and infiltrate.
And if you watch any movie,
Breaking Bad.
they're always like, don't smoke or don't do your stash or whatever.
don't get
it's called.
high on your own supply.
Yeah.
Scarface.
You see, like
Jesse Pinkman.
they all freaking end up getting addicted to whatever drug they're dealing.
Well,
and then
on
they fuck
Scarface, he's got like a mountain of cocaine on his
Dude,
desk.
you would die from that.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, he was gonna die anyway, so fuck it at that point.
He
right?
does die, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets shot.
So does Walter White. Sorry if you haven't watched it.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But
Bad
he
deal.
is the terror that comes knocking on that door.
Speaking of which, someone's at your door.
It's just my dog.
Oh, okay.
Maybe your wife is here or your mom. She's like, "Hey, you're over there at that house with the guns."
Yep. Well, they were against motorcycles until I gave him a scooter. Now it seems to be okay.
So give him a gun.
Nah. It's all right.
Anything happens, just tell them to come the, what is it, 6-minute drive over here and we'll hook them up.
Yeah. 4 minutes if you're really all in.
12 minutes if you're on the scooter.
Yeah, you kept up pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
Chris was zipping around on that moped, man. He was
Yeah, it was fun.
liking it.
Yep, a little too much.
Well, what else you got, host?
Yeah, Chris, this is your podcast. What do we got? Anything else?
The only thing else that's going on that I don't know if you all know what SEMA is. It's one of the biggest car expos in the world. It's in Las Vegas.
It's going on right now?
Yep.
Okay.
For those of us that aren't car guys, what's SEMA?
It's a bunch of like the car manufacturers, like Valvoline will be there, Magnaflow, and they'll have people. There's a bunch of people on YouTube that I watch that their cars are actually in the show,
So this is like SHOT Show,
but for cars.
but for cars.
Yeah, cars, trucks, and they have like people there. Like last year, they had the Bronco when it was first coming out and introduced, and they're showing it like going up the hills, and you can drive it and test drive it. And this year, they got like a drift taxi. You can go ride with a professional drift racer and things like that.
So this is in Vegas. I wonder if it's at the same spot that they do SHOT
I think
Show.
it is the big convention center. Yeah. So, but I watch a lot of YouTube on cars since I'm a car guy. So I've been watching that, and then one of our guys we went to college with, his car is actually in SEMA this year. So
Are they more? Are you seeing a lot more electric cars?
no,
this
these
year?
are like full-fledged builds. Like,
Oh, so this isn't like, hey, this is the newest stuff that we're
no,
coming
this
out
is
with.
like people that are like at their homes building like their
Oh,
own
so this
type.
is more like Gas Monkey Garage,
that
like what was on Fast and Loud.
kind of like that, and then like you got just a wide variety of different cars. Like you've got
Is
really
it a car
nice
auction?
No,
No.
it's just like a car show showing. They're like, oh, this is
Could you buy a car there?
I'm sure for the right price. Some of these cars,
If you won the lottery, would you go there?
No.
You try to. So if you're participating in SEMA, you try to bring something no one's ever seen before.
yeah,
So you try to create, something that is totally out there and wild and
What
spectacular.
you're telling me is you're not going to bring a Ridgeline.
You could, but it's
could, but
gonna be
like a rear
way out
engine,
there.
LS swapped,
Yeah.
lifted, full.
Would you ever bring your red BMW up there?
There's
Because
one up there right now.
nobody's seen it with a tow hitch like yours on the front.
Yep.
You have a tow hitch on the front of the BMW?
Yeah.
What is your?
Yeah, because
Race car.
it breaks down all the time, and
a
you have to
race
tow
car?
them.
Race car.
Oh,
It's a actual like tow hook. Like the race
Coming
cars.
out of the bumper.
yeah, no, like the thing that screws in.
No, well, it screws in, but it's got the actual flat. Like
I'm imagining like a U-Haul,
No.
like,
No.
like trailer hitch attached to the front bumper.
No.
Okay,
I don't know what it's called. That's just what it looks
just
like.
wanted
tow
to.
hook.
So you leave it in there.
yeah.
You're supposed to only put it in there if you need to be towed out.
Well,
Race
he never
cars
knows
don't.
when it's going to break
If
down.
you owned a Dodge Challenger, would you leave the yellow guards on the
fuck
front?
no.
Okay, because it seems like it's kind of the same thing.
No, it's
Okay.
a lot. I just have it on there.
Okay.
Aesthetics.
No, I'm not judging.
It's red. It looks like a tongue. And then I put the Lightning McQueen sun visor on it.
It looks like a tongue. What does
Yeah.
that do for you?
It's just funny. Looks like it's sticking its tongue out at you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it in the center? Or
No,
is it
it's
like off to the side?
side.
Oh, okay. Have you ever had to use the tow hook?
No.
That's probably a good sign.
That's why you keep it in.
Are you lying?
No. It did save me one time, though,
So you have
from a
used it.
guardrail.
How does a tow hook save you from a guardrail?
Because I got sideways.
Were you on a racetrack?
No.
Where were you?
I was getting onto the freeway, and it was really cold outside and a little damp. And
You've always
playing
been,
around.
You've always been kind of a bad driver.
Playing around a little bit too much on the way to work, and it started sliding too much and got closer and closer to the guardrail, and it just tapped the tow hook and saved my bumper.
Well, that's cool. I guess that's cool.
It's better than replacing bumpers.
Yep.
Bumpers aren't cheap.
Nope.
So what else about this SEMA? Sorry,
Put this FEMA. Well, they failed.
SEMA.
They failed terribly.
SEMA.
Those houses did not have heat.
Yeah. But like one guy I watch, he's got his own body kit company, so he makes his own like wide body kits for certain cars, and he'll introduce his cars there with their kits. So then he's like, "Oh, this is my new BRZ Street Hunter kit or whatnot." And then you see like stuff that you don't typically would see, like a Ferrari with a K24 swap, turboed, and
Would you like to go to SEMA?
oh yeah, just to see what people are building
Yeah.
and look at the details, because some of these people will go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and they have trucks, they've got cars, they've got bikes, they got stuff that you'll never see.
Yeah.
So
That'd be pretty awesome.
yeah,
It's a good way to try and spend money because then you're going to get all these thoughts in your head of what you can do with your Beamer or the Charger
with
that you got.
anything, yeah. So, and like a lot of them are like they got their like Magnaflow's got like a booth and they'll show like their exhaust, or a wheel company or a tuner will have cars, and you got anything and everything there. And then like usually at the end of the week they'll do like a little car show down the main drag with every SEMA car.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like one guy I watched, have you seen the Need for Speed movie?
Which one?
The recent one?
Are you thinking of Fast and the Furious?
No.
Okay.
Are you thinking of the one with Keanu Reeves?
No.
Need for Speed,
Need for Speed.
That's a video game.
right?
It was a video game, but they came out with a movie.
Oh.
And
I was blinded by Vin Diesel. I had no idea.
Oh, man. You need to see it. It's good. So, but there was a car in there. It was a Bugatti they made, and it was pretty much as a chassis car with a rear engine in it. This guy bought that car from the movie and put a 67 Mustang body on it. LS swapped it in the rear. And it's got like nitrous injection and everything. And it's just, it's B is for build. So you can watch his whole progress on this car. And he buys a bunch of like crazy stuff. Like he bought a wrecked R34 and then a brand new R35 and then combined them and made one. So
It's got a lot of money.
yeah.
Nice.
So, but yeah, that's all that's really going on.
Fair enough.
You got anything in the news lately?
Not, well, gun related. If you live in Delaware, kind of sucks to be you. They're starting their magazine confiscation. Yeah, so if you have a standard capacity gun mag that they deemed is illegal, there were 4 different ways that you can get rid of them, basically. One of them was like change it to where it doesn't accept whatever many rounds they say is not, I think, let's say 10 rounds. I forgot what it was, but say you have a 30-round magazine, you have to change it to where it can only accept, like, say 10 rounds is what they're limiting it to. I forgot what the actual number is.
Is that 10 rounds, 1 bullet?
Right. No, 3 bullets. So you could modify it to meet whatever their restrictions are. You can destroy it. There's a buyback option, but they kind of weed out the people that are doing the 3D printing. Like you have to show your Delaware license and some other stuff. And I forgot what the other option was, but there were 4 different options for turning in the magazine. And it starts November, I want to say 16th.
Ugh.
So that's why, luckily that's just Delaware, but
What if you don't do anything?
Just don't get caught.
that's what,
Is it a felony?
if you don't comply, I don't know, but most people should not comply because that's,
Unconstitutional.
yes.
So why is it unconstitutional?
Because they're taking away your right.
There's nothing in the Second Amendment where it limits the number of rounds you can have.
Okay. So are they going to argue that it has nothing to do with the gun? Like, is that how they're getting away with it?
They're getting away with it because they're run by the people that don't like guns, and so
Oh, well, that's a shame.
yeah.
What the hell difference is it going to make if you can shoot 10 rounds or 15 rounds?
So say in a self-defense situation, if you say you have, in Biden's latest thing, he wanted 8 rounds. So if you're limited to 8 rounds, say you're carrying a handgun, self-defense, you have 8 rounds. And say you're in a situation where there's, say, 2 shooters doing a mass shooting. They come in and they're shooting a bunch of people and you're kind of in the middle. It's going to take you more than 8 rounds to probably, unless you're like freaking heavily trained and super accurate, you're going to like 8 rounds.
And they're probably not going to have a gun that has limited magazine because they're criminals and they're shooting.
No, they follow the law.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah.
Because if they're illegal, why would they have them?
So I have a question. So what if that's happening and everybody has a gun? How do you know who the shooter is?
That's why it wouldn't happen. Because if everybody knows everybody could potentially be carrying a gun,
Yeah.
you're not going to go in someplace and start shooting because
I got it.
everybody could pull a gun on you and shoot you back.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's why the 8 round thing where it's limited, it's going to take you several, like, especially somebody that's there to do harm and say they're on something. I mean, you could shoot a guy.
Well, drugs are illegal, so they won't be on anything.
Again. Okay, so this, maybe his argument's right because everybody follows the law.
Everyone follows the law. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But it's going to take you more than probably because you're going to miss a couple times, maybe, or say he does take 5 shots to take that one guy down. Then you're left with 3 for this guy. Better hope you hit in the chest and the head, or else he's still going to come at you. So
Yeah, because usually you might have an extra magazine on you.
maybe I don't carry an extra magazine.
I don't
on me.
either.
So in
round.
Kansas, do you have to have a license to carry a gun?
Nope.
What if it's hidden?
Nope.
So you can just carry.
Constitution
Open carry. Let's go for it.
Well, you can open carry or conceal carry,
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I meant you can just carry. Yeah, anyway. Okay, cool.
but you cannot conceal carry and cross state lines.
So I can't. Okay, so if I go to Missouri, I need to have.
A concealed carry
carry
license.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. And like we said before, we recommend that because they go over things you don't think about legal wise. Like if you ever have to use your gun in a situation, there's a lot of things you don't think about that would maybe hinder you from.
Can't you
using
buy
it.
insurance against that now?
Yep.
Okay.
We had a podcast on that. We actually had
Really?
Perry from Right to Bear Arms that went
And you
over
actually
the
get a discount. If
Oh,
you do
yeah,
it.
that's how I knew about it. I heard
like-
about it. Sorry.
Of $11 a month.
Yeah. So check out Right to Bear Arms and hit Boomstick 10 for 10% off.
Heck yeah.
Did I really just plug that without even knowing it?
Yes, you
You're
did.
welcome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, maybe you should listen to this podcast more often, Joe. Man.
I'm not in the car as often as I used to be.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's really the only thing that was crazy gun wise this week. Everything else is just the same old, same old.
Yep.
So I think November 16th was when that was going. But they're hoping to, because that gets overturned a lot. Like
Yeah.
some state will ban high capacity, standard capacity magazines or whatever they deem as high capacity, but then it'll get overturned. And then it's just a freaking.
And
Some
never-ending
judge will be
cycle.
like, "Oh, that's unconstitutional for you to ban that." Then somebody else will come in and block that, and it's just a
Depends on their political belief, pretty much.
It's good to have, that states are separate from the government, but at the same time, it's like a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it is. Because like Kansas, you don't.
Whoa, watch the F-bomb, Lou.
It's like Kansas and the suppressor rule. Like
Yeah.
Kansas, you don't have to have it as an FA item, but federal government wants you to. And
Well, even with pot, like it's legal in a lot of states, but at a federal level, it's illegal. So
Yeah.
how does that make sense? Like,
yeah, they
It's
can't make
weird.
up their minds,
yeah.
and then they confuse us.
So what if the feds?
I think I just kicked my microphone.
No, I didn't hear it.
Oh,
That's
you're
your
good.
headphone
Okay,
wire.
sorry. Okay.
You're good. So what if the feds go to like a dispensary?
I don't know.
Like,
A what?
why?
A dispensary.
Yeah, like on a state that has legal pot, at a state level it's legal, but federal it's illegal. Well, if you get caught by a fed with pot, then that's a federal crime. Why don't these feds go to the dispensaries and, hey, we're gonna take your stuff and fine you?
It creates a lot of tax income for the state.
But not the federal government, does it?
Right, but they're not going to mess with the states
Why not?
because that'd be defeating the whole thing. The federal government doesn't care. It's illegal for political reasons only.
So they don't care. Kansas. We don't care about magazine rules, AR rules, and all that.
Right.
Simple as that.
I think marijuana is illegal solely because it would take out the pharmaceutical companies if it were
Well,
legal.
that, and then I think that was also for the tobacco companies back in the day.
Yeah.
So
Who smokes these days, though?
a lot of people still do.
Oh, it's a shame.
Willie Nelson?
They were talking about that on the radio the other day.
Roll me up and
How
smoke
that
me
guy's
when
still
I die.
alive? I have
That's what
no
they were
idea.
saying. They're like, I shit you not. Weed probably makes you live longer. Look at Willie Nelson. He's a prime example.
Yeah.
Dude's always high, happy. And he's still up there singing. And it's like, God dang.
Like
Well-
Snoop Dogg, best friends with Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Didn't he kill a guy?
I don't know.
Allegedly. Martha Stewart might have too, though. So
She was in prison.
yeah,
She did. But I don't
she was in
think
Fed Med. Come on.
Yeah.
But Snoop Dogg started off as a huge gangster rapper, all this, and now he's best buds with Martha Stewart. How funny is that?
Cooking with Martha.
Bet you they make some pretty good brownies.
Yep.
Oh yeah. She's getting stoned with that dude.
All the time.
I saw Willie Nelson in concert twice.
Nice.
Hey, he's pretty good. He always plays with Dave Matthews Band. Imagine that.
We saw Dave Matthews Band,
We did. I don't remember a lot of
and I
that concert.
swear to God, he was stoned the entire
Oh,
time.
it's bad. I think he's worse than he used to be. When he gets up on stage now, he just like mumbles.
Yeah, they get up there. I mean, the music's great, but the stuff comes out of his mouth like all these.
He can't sing.
Yeah, like kind of like.
We know someone else like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
The president.
Oh, come on.
Dun-dun-dun.
Hey, I got on the pre-sale list last night for Taylor Swift.
Did you really?
Yeah, July 8th, Arrowhead. I'm going to get as close as I can. I'm going to make a big sign that says, "My wife said you can take me." And I'm going to make her one that says, "Take him."
And you can write a song about him.
Yeah, exactly. I need my own song. We saw Lizzo a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was wild.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Lizzo is?
No.
He doesn't know like half the stuff we used to
Oh
listen
my
to.
that
gosh.
like-
Look up Lizzo.
Is that like rap or something?
Yeah, but she's obviously she's a she,
Oh.
and she's all about empowerment and like acceptance, but it's not political at all. It's all just like you should like everybody. But it was the loudest noise I've ever heard in my life. The crowd, like it was deafening. And the stands were they had to build the stands into like where this floor seating area is, and people were moving so much the stands were moving back and forth like a foot. It was
That'd
pretty
be scary.
It was. I thought I was going to die at a Lizzo concert. But look up Lizzo, you'll like it.
Never heard that name before.
You
ever.
know the song.
Sing me a song.
In a minute, I'm gonna need a sentimental man or woman to
Okay.
pump me up.
That's Lizzo?
Yeah.
Lizzo?
Yeah,
All right. I don't listen to that song. I just,
but you know that song.
I've never heard it all the way through.
Started on TikTok.
I've heard that part.
Okay, that's really all you need to know. But yeah,
Fair enough.
First rap concert, it was good. It was a week after, or a couple weeks after we saw Bublé. So a little bit of
Bublé.
a-
I like Michael
So do I.
Bublé.
Yep, you know his songs. Mm-hmm. It's a good
I've actually
concert.
seen him in
He just
concert
came
a
out
couple
with a
times.
new album.
Really?
Yep.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
That's what they said on Dancing with the Stars on Michael Bublé night.
Oh, okay.
Like a regular album or is it?
A regular album.
Hell yeah.
I was forgot to look on iTunes.
I think he's good.
At first, I hated him because he was trying to be Frank Sinatra when that's already been done, and you can't beat Frank Sinatra. But then I listened to him more. I'm like, all right, I'm a fan.
Did the Christmas album get you?
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
it gets everybody. Who's gonna be here Thursday? The comedian, not Chris Rock. Little short guy,
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's gonna be here Thursday night. I hear that's
where
supposed
at?
to be funny at AT&T.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like sold out.
AT&T.
He's at SEMA too.
Or not AT&T, T-Mobile.
Gotcha.
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
It's still the Sprint Center.
Sprint
Come
Yeah,
on.
that's why I get confused. Sprint Center.
Just like everybody references Sandstone as Sandstone.
Yeah.
Even though it's been like 5 other name changes.
Something Apple.
Is that in Bonner?
Yeah.
I
It's
had
right
no
next
idea.
to the Renaissance Festival.
Yeah.
Oh, is that still going on?
I don't know if it is or not. It might be. I don't remember when the last week is.
Huh.
But yeah.
Very cool. Well, it's just nice to be in a town that actually has events. So, we're trying to hit them up as much as we can. You going to Chiefs game this year?
We already been to one.
Oh, really?
We went to a Thursday night game.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I had free tickets.
Oh, that's nice. Don't worry about me. I guess I'll just sit at home and watch it.
Yeah.
I want to go to a Royals game.
He didn't eat
Got him choking.
Oh, I'm going to die. Why do you want to go to a Royals game?
Because we did the stadium tour this last weekend.
Oh,
So it was kind of cool. I haven't been there since they've done any of the remodels.
it's been like 15 years.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it's kind of cool.
They're going to move it downtown, it sounds like.
That's what they're talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go to a Royals game.
Yeah.
It'd probably be pretty cheap too.
You can go for, like $7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I was wanted to go to another KU game. I haven't been to one in a while.
They're playing Pitt State tomorrow
I
night.
know. My brother called me. He's like, "You want to go?" I was like, "I don't want to be up in nosebleed." I
Yeah.
got spoiled last time I went. We had the seats with the backs to them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's the only way to watch a KU game in now in Fieldhouse.
Yeah.
You'll
Oh,
be fine. Just
I went
go.
to a
Yeah.
KU game once, and we sat behind the dean, and she has this big afro, and I spilled popcorn in her hair. She didn't know it. She had popcorn in her hair the whole time. I didn't know what to do. It was hilarious.
You pick it out and eat it for her? Come on.
I thought about it, but
Yeah.
I didn't want her to get the wrong idea.
Nice.
That, and I want to go to a sporting game. I haven't been to a sporting game yet.
Yeah, they're fun.
And that's what I hear. And the KC Current whenever they open up their stadium.
Yep. A lot going on in Kansas City.
Yep.
We're pretty lucky.
World
and they
Cup, and then they got the NFL draft this year.
I hear World
Next
Cup
year.
tickets are going to be like, no, the draft is 23.
Yeah, April
Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then World Cup is, tickets are going to be like $1,000
Oh, I
though.
know. It's going to be crazy.
You know, people are setting aside 20 grand to go to the World Cup.
No,
I mean,
I'll just sit at home and watch it.
yeah. Well, what's the problem? I'm going to be honest, like, Arrowhead's fantastic, but like the whole world is coming to Kansas City and they're going to see that, you know,
I actually,
there's so much more to Kansas City.
last year when we went, we actually got to tour Arrowhead last year
Mm-hmm.
with Mason School, and they actually had it set up for the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the lines and everything. They're like, this is probably the only time you'll see it unless we actually get the World Cup.
That's cool.
So I took a picture of it.
Do they have to expand the pitch?
No.
It's the right size?
Yeah. 'Cause remember back when, before Sporting KC was the Wizards?
Yeah.
They played at Arrowhead.
Oh, so the size is
Yeah.
correct. Okay,
Yep.
I see.
I haven't been to a soccer game since I was at a KC Wizards game
Yeah.
at Arrowhead.
Go
And that
go
was back when they were
go
terrible.
to Sporting. Sporting is awesome.
Yeah.
It's so, the fan section. They have the big drums and they're all chanting. It's awesome.
But I know nothing about soccer.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't. That's
Doesn't
what,
even
that's
matter.
what Kat, because she got to go to one, and she's like, I hate soccer. I don't really want to go, but she's like, the atmosphere was so worth it.
I had COVID at the Sporting game. Didn't know it. Tested the next morning.
Oh, great. So you gave it to a bunch of people.
I probably did.
You're the reason COVID is spreading.
I'm one of them for sure.
Way to go. We should have had you tested before you came on here. Awesome. Did you sign the contract? With Hunter, we were having those contract negotiation issues. We're back in that. That's why Hunter hasn't been on because he keeps trying to. He was trying to be a co-host. I'm like, dude,
You got to be consistent, man. You can't do it. You just can't just show up when you want.
just kidding. I actually recorded a backup episode with him last week or sometime.
I think 2 weeks ago.
He got 30 minutes of wait time. Something like that. So we had a small little podcast.
It seems like he's got a lot going on.
Oh yeah,
Good for him.
new
Good
baby.
for them. That's awesome.
He is such a proud dad. It's so funny. Come over and see my boy. Come over and see my boy.
Yep. Finally got to hold him the other day.
There's no mistaking it's his because
comb
full
over.
head of hair and has like dark hair like Hunter and
comb over.
He's already got a comb over.
Oh,
and
it's
he's like
perfect.
3 weeks old.
Yeah.
So he's either gonna have great hair or he's gonna bald early.
Yep.
Oh boy. Well, Hunter's holding strong, so
It skips a
Well, he's
generation.
also like 25.
yeah, it's true. We were both looking pretty good. We weren't using just for men.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you like this whiskey?
It's good.
I like it. What'd you think?
I liked it.
I liked it on ice a lot better.
Chris is picky, like we said, but
I liked it on ice a lot better.
it would have been nice had you opened that bottle of Blanton's for us. But
You want to open it? Let's go. Let's do it.
No, you can't do that to Blanton's.
What are you supposed to do with it? Stare at it?
he's got
No.
another bottle. This is his second one. What else
that's
is he
true.
gonna do?
Blanton's is good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like it. The problem is
You
when
can't
you
find it.
when you tried it, were you there?
I've had Blanton's.
Oh, you weren't there when we did that podcast, was he?
We're in Nashville.
Uh-huh.
No,
With
remember?
the Jack Daniels.
Remember, I came down late.
Which one did you try first? Jack Daniel Sinatra or the Blanton's?
You guys blind tested me.
Yeah.
And you preferred
I don't remember. I want to say it wasn't Sinatra because it was like $250 for the bottle.
200.
So much worth it.
You
yeah.
think?
Yeah.
It was really good.
It's so smooth.
Well, there's some right there. Let's open it. Have you finished yours?
I haven't even opened it.
So which one did we drink?
I'm opening mine when I
Because we
graduate.
had Sinatra, didn't we?
Yeah,
Allen's.
Allen's.
It was Allen's.
You bought
Okay,
some.
that's right. Yep.
If I could find another bottle, I'd buy it. At one point, Lucas had one, and I called, and by the time I called, they already had 4 bottles sold, and they were out. I was like, "Oof." They had it for like $179.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, this year we should try to hit up another distillery.
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace,
Where's that?
Kentucky.
They're the ones that do Blanton's, Buffalo Trace, Old Pappy, Rare Eagle. They got like
Oh, that'd be great.
7 or 8 different whiskeys. and
When are we
bourbons.
going?
Not the same time of year we went.
Yeah, that was a little rough.
It was a little warm.
Oh, yeah, it was hot. That's right.
Maybe like springtime
Okay.
or fall time. Either one.
Cool. That'd be fun.
Just not July or August.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Yes, it was.
That'll be fun because hopefully we can find.
Blanton's. I keep seeing it on Facebook. It keeps popping up.
I got it. You want? Hey, I'll sell you a bottle.
No, because I see
$40, friend price.
I'll do 100.
Oh, come on! I thought we were
I can get it
friends.
cheaper
That's
than
it.
that.
Where are you gonna find it? You've been looking for it.
When I can find it, it's cheaper than that.
Is it worth waiting for?
Yeah, if I'm not getting to get hiked like that.
So then you don't like it that much.
There you go.
I'll just take a little trip real quick, 7 hours.
So you're gonna spend more going on the trip than just giving him $100
Instead of giving me
Hell yeah.
40 extra
because
dollars.
if you buy it at the liquor store, it's like $70
Yeah.
plus tax. You might as well just buy it from Joe.
so I can no longer hear
but
myself.
do you have? They used to come in the original box. Do you have the original box?
So I have one in the box. I have one not in the box.
He'll buy the one in the box for $100.
Yeah.
No,
Then fine. The other one is 60.
no.
The box makes all the difference.
Yep.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So
Well, I have.
They used to
I
come
actually-
in like with
I
a
actually have.
Crown Royal like bag too.
I have
for 'em.
two in a box. So I'll sell you
Not on
one.
this.
I mean, let's talk. Let's go.
Let's go.
I've already emptied out the Blantons.
Oh, I'll know the difference.
You think you would?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
That'd be a fun. That would be a fun podcast.
it
I
blinds
Let's
you.
blind taste
talking.
test.
We were talking about that. Have the girls get like 5 different whiskeys and see if we could tell what it is.
Let's do it. That'd be fun.
Yeah. We need to do that one.
I think it'd be tougher than you think.
Depending on what it is. Like if you get stuff that's
And then-
similar, like
The girl with the best score keeps the whiskey.
The girl.
or the person with the best score out of us.
Or yeah, okay. I was thinking the girl. I was thinking the girls' taste test.
No,
No, us.
Why
we
can't-
taste test.
All right,
They pour it and they know what ones are what.
okay, fine.
So then they know, and then they could say if we're right or wrong.
All right, then we get to keep. Whoever wins gets to keep the whiskey.
What whiskey are we doing? Obviously, we should do a Blanton's. We're gonna probably should do a Jack Daniel's since.
I think you do something really cheap.
Do a
all,
Woodford.
no, what you do is do like an all single barrel.
And then you got to throw in a Evan Williams in there.
No, you do an all single barrel. So you have like Jack single barrel. Bland's is a single barrel. Jim Beam's got a single barrel. So get 5 different single barrels and see what.
I think it'd be funner doing like, a Blanton's and stuff more expensive, but then also throwing in some cheap stuff.
Yeah.
To see if you can really tell a difference between cheap and expensive whiskey.
I bet the cheap stuff wins.
We'll see.
It depends on what. If it's Jack Daniel's Sinatra there,
We're not-
Yeah, but
that,
you
that
can
won't be
taste.
fun.
You can taste Jack Daniels.
Frank Sinatra's got a little bit different palate.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna open yours for that then?
No,
Neither am I.
What are you doing with it? Staring at it?
it sits
makes
in my
a
shelf
nice-
with my nice,
it makes a nice
gold
decoration up there on the
Jack
shelf.
Daniels that I got too. I got
It's in
two
a,
really.
It's in a box.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
2 nice Jack
the light
Daniels
off of it.
boxes. I got my gold.
Is that
like
a thing?
It's like a fine wine, Joe.
It's like a Heineken. You got to keep the light off of it.
Mine's in the cupboard.
Huh?
Mine's in the cupboard at home,
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
right next to my number 27 Jack Daniels.
All of my whiskey's next to the window. Is that a bad idea?
Yeah.
I feel like we drink it enough, though, or it's not going to matter.
Down there in the basement?
Yeah,
Oh, no, you're fine.
it's not going to matter.
I think you're fine.
Yeah.
We've been starting to hit the wine pretty hard.
Wine. Ugh.
Like
I
we're a
can't-
1 bottle a night couple. It's like 2 glasses apiece, but
Yeah, that's not that hard. It's 2 glasses.
I know, but it's just in the wintertime it tends to pick up. You know,
Maria and I were on a kick, and then we both looked at some pictures and were like, "Oh, we need to stop this,"
oh really?
because there's a lot of calories in red wine.
Oh, well, that is explaining it then. I guess it's either that or the Big Macs.
Could be
Probably
both.
both.
But yeah, red wine, a lot of calories.
Okay. Cool. Well, do you know Italian red wine doesn't have as much has many sulfates in it, so you don't have hangovers.
Really
It's a real thing. Try it.
nice.
Since you guys get hangovers.
I don't. I know where my
We know where the limit's at.
limit's at. Chris
Whatever. I was gonna
I
break up
do.
with you anyways.
Chris forgot where his limit was
That night.
That night,
That was your guys' goal to get
talking
me
a
drunk.
bunch of talk, but couldn't back it up, except for basketball.
That was days later though.
weeks, months.
Was it?
Yeah,
It was like
a while later.
It was like 3 weeks. Because he could get a schedule. So,
Well, Chris, I think we should wrap it up.
so if you're out there on YouTube, hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell, let it jingle. And if you're listening on this on any other type of platform like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, hit that follow. And if you have any comments or concerns, leave them down below.
Surprisingly, that's not scripted, even though it sounded like it was. Joe, we appreciate you being on the podcast.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
We'll have you on again as long as your mother approves.
See you in 6 months.
Awesome. Well, take us out, Chris.
Have a good one.